And your like specialty in that is in new construction, right? Which I find
Yep.
so
So
fascinating. I
new
didn't know that
homes, that
about
new
you.
car smell,
That's
that
so
new car
fun.
smell.
Do you work specifically with the contractors and the new homeowners and like you're the blend between?
So I'm really the face of our builder. So I work for a
Okay.
national company. We build on a whole bunch of different markets across the country. But say you're looking for a new home, but you want to build a new home, like you would come to my community. I've built communities all over Charlotte. So it's so fun to drive through some neighborhoods you drive through neighborhoods all the time, like, oh, I'm going to my friend's house. Got to turn on this street and turn on that street. Well, someone had to build those houses from the beginning when that was just like open land. There always is a first homeowner, and I get to be that person that says, hey, like, let's figure out what you're looking for and how your family lives and what's not working in your current situation, because no one moves just for fun. Moving's not fun, but the only reason people move is to improve their lives. And I feel like I get to be that initial, how's your home search coming along? Like, talk to me. And in this market, it is insane. People come in my door like defeated.
Right.
And I'm just like, I think when you can bring that empathy into the workplace and say, hey, like, tell me what's really going on. Like, why are you moving? What's not working? How are you feeling in this market? And people will just be like, I've lost out on like 5 homes that I loved. And maybe we're, needing to go in a different direction. And I feel like I get to be like their friend, holding their hand in the biggest transaction of their life, whether you're a first time buyer or a move up buyer, or you're retiring, this is your last home. I love being a part of the process. And I always tell people, like, I build homes, but I love building hearts just as much. And when you just love people, like, those things I think translate the most. So I'm like, I never feel like I'm ever going to work. I'm like, I just meet new people every day. We become friends, and I like to connect great people with great things. And I get paid to be myself.
You guys, if you are like overjoyed or feel like you need to quit your job and go find the thing that you're meant to do, I mean, that is so amazing. And people think that like you have to be an entrepreneur. I hear this
Yep.
all the time. Like, I have to be an entrepreneur in order to live on purpose or be in purpose or actually pursue the mission on my heart. And I love the way that you show up to life in the antithesis of that, because I think people need to know that like that's not for everyone. There's
Mhm.
like a certain breed of people that that's right
And I'm
for.
not the one. I'm like, I like to
Right?
be backed by billions or like
Come
deep.
on.
I'm like, I don't think I think I have a very creative mind, but I don't think that creating something from scratch and building something is in my wheelhouse or my stack of cards. But I think I'm that person that, okay, you've got a great idea, you've got an incredible vision, and you just need someone to go spread the word or to connect the right people and put them in the right seats. Like, that's where I think I always have been able to be like, okay, well, here's the backing, but you can just go talk to people and marry them together. And before you know it, it's like a match made in heaven. And I never thought I'd be in real estate of all things. I'm like, my parents never owned a home. We weren't running through model homes on the weekends. And I knew nothing about construction or sales. But when people see things in you that you don't see in yourself, like, that's exactly what happened. Like, right as I was graduating from college. So I look back on so many things. I'm like, gosh, I didn't script this life. Just like my parents look at all 7 of us, like, well, we didn't script this either. And to see the favor that has followed us. I had these custom paintings done. One of my girlfriends, I literally found her on Facebook Marketplace, and by the time I picked them up, I was like, oh, we're best friends. Hey, girl. But I see rainbows all the time, and I know you do too. Like, this, not just colorful things that brighten up everybody's day, but I literally see rainbows. But this idea of always knowing that I'm covered. There's this covering that follows my life that I'm like, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody. The things that are for me will never miss me, and no one else can sign for my packages. Just like what's for Tamra isn't going to miss you. Like, not going to come to my house. Please return to sender if it's not for me.